the rare Japanese Pepsi flavors that I do have here. Let's start with this bad boy. So this is Pepsi Carnival. This was probably 2002. Pepsi Carnival. This is a tropical flavor of Pepsi. Came out in Japan for a limited time. This is an aluminum type of bottle that you seal with the cap. Very cool. I only seen one other auction that had this bottle. I was going to buy it, but I just didn't get to it in time. I didn't bid on it. Miss out on it, but at least I have the one. I always want to have two of everything, but regardless. Here is Pepsi Shiso. It's a green kind of flavor of Pepsi. Green flavor. Japanese refreshing flavor. Shiso is a popular flavor in Japan, and this was released in 2011 for a limited time in the summertime. Next up is the classic. Everybody loves this one. Everybody, it's just because it just looks so cool. Here is Pepsi Ice Cucumber. Let me take a look. This came out during the spring of 2011 in Japan. So, what does it taste like? A minty cucumber kind of Pepsi. I just love the look of that one. It's a good one. This isn't Japanese or Asian or anything from Asia, but here's Pepsi Clear once again. Came out during the winter time of 2005, only in Mexico. And as I have looked at the ingredients, this is the final uh, version and release of the OG Crystal Pepsi formula from the 90s. They didn't reformulate it; they just released it in Mexico. So Mexico got a nice taste of Crystal Pepsi, just renamed Pepsi Clear. Now, since we are getting into Asian Pepsi flavors, let's take it back to Pepsi Twist. Everybody loves this flavor. It was taken for granted when it was out. I definitely did, and I regret it. But Pepsi Twist had a lemon kind of zing to it. And here's a full bottle of the American release. This is from 2003. So there's that. But if you are still wanting a Pepsi Twist, here is a Pepsi Twist from China. Now, it's not exactly the same, as this whole bottle has 45 calories. You'll go to China, you'll see Pepsi Twist, but it's not the same as we remember in the States. It has a different formula to it, and it's just kind of like, so close, but yet so far away. So that is a little heartbreaking truth about Pepsi Twist. If someone comes at you and says, "You miss Pepsi Twists? Well, you could get it in China." No, you can't. Not like the kind we did have in the US years ago, okay? So just, okay? I have about 4 bottles of this. This is Pepsi Sakura. This came out in Japan, obviously, 2016, and it is cherry blossom flavored Pepsi. Now, it used to be pink. It still has somewhat of a pinkish hue, but yeah, it has since kind of cleared out like a lot of Crystal Pepsi. It kind of looks like that. But yeah, I have like 4 bottles of this. I bought this from a guy actually on eBay, and I said, "Oh, this is so awesome, dude! I finally got some Pepsi Sakura, and I'm gonna show them on YouTube." And I gave him a link to my thing, and he replied back saying, "Oh, you do YouTube too? Yeah, I used to do that game." I never replied back. I didn't ask him, "Oh, you used to? Well, what happens after YouTube? What happened?" I don't think he got that far. I think he tried to do something, but uh, from what I could see, he was one of those like gamer guys. I think he just did like Minecraft tutorials or something. So, anyways, here is Pepsi Blue Hawaii. Now, this is a pineapple and lemon flavor, Japanese release. This one took forever to find. This is a really hard one to find. I finally got this one a couple months ago in the mail. When did this one? 2011. Yeah, so 2011 this one came out. Here's just some normal ones, but the Pepsi from Japan, these big cola flavors, It's good because it's like made with a more bolder cola flavor. So don't just look at this and think, oh, it's just Pepsi from Japan. It's the same thing, right? No, I recently reviewed this and I really thought it was the same thing myself. But do not get it twisted. It literally says right here in English, Pepsi Nama is cola made with including freshly spiced produced process. Its taste gives super refreshing. Yeah. Anyways, it's kind of choppily translated, but regardless, it's made from in a different way, and the spices are more bold and present. It's kind of like this one here too. It's a smaller version of it. Pepsi Japan Cola. Here are some weird ones that were made recently. They're Pepsi Zero flavors. Um, so we'll start with this one. This came out in 2023. This is Pepsi Zero Mint. So this was made to eat and pair with the special noodles from Japan, or it's a certain type of noodle from Japan. So you drink this with it, it would pair well. And they actually came with a special pack of noodles when you buy the soda here. So it's this, it has Pepsi on it. So it's like, who would have thought? You'd maybe take a look at this and be like, is it Pepsi flavored noodles? It's pretty crazy. So I see snowflakes here. So this came out during the winter time. Yeah, 2023. So for the 2023 season. Here is Pepsi Zero. What did they call this? I can't remember what it was exactly called. But anyways, this was formulated to eat with some greasy style of chicken that they make in Japan. And it's clear too. So you could kind of say this is Crystal Pepsi, but not really. It's clear because of its purpose to be like a clear cutting kind of soda after eating some greasy chicken in Japan. So there is that. Don't get it twisted. Don't look at this and think it's fried chicken flavored Pepsi. It really isn't. Okay, so here's the other one that is similar to all the others. This is just Pepsi Zero Lemon with the chicken. So there you go. Which one's the rarest? They vary, but whew. I'm trying to think what is on this table. When it comes to rarest, I gotta think about what was the hardest one to find. And I gotta say it's a tie between Pepsi Red right here. I'll just show you this one as we go along. This one came out in 2011. It came alongside Pepsi Gold, which Pepsi Gold and Pepsi Red had a ginger taste to it, but Pepsi Gold had more of a milder ginger taste, and Pepsi Red had a much more fiery ginger taste. So this one, I only seen one on eBay, so that's what makes this rare. It's also tied with the Blue Hawaii as well. That one's pretty rare. I think I have another bottle of ice cucumber. So even though this looks really cool, it's a cool flavor. I think I do have another bottle somewhere. So this one's not that rare compared, you know. So also this one, here you go. This is Pepsi Azuki. And this is sweet bean kind of flavor of Pepsi that is available in Japan. When did this come out? This came out in, I want to go with '09. Here we go. This is Pepsi Cream Soda. And this came out in 2021, late 2021. So it's, foggy, kind of cool looking Pepsi. That was cream soda flavored. I have like 4 bottles of this, and I never got the chance to try them. And I don't know if I should try them now. I should just keep them sealed. Next up is, I saw plenty of these. Now they're getting very rare. This is Pepsi Salt and Lychee. Pepsi Caramel Crunch. So, it's a very sweet, caramely style of flavor of Pepsi. And this one came out, is it printed anywhere? This probably had to come out like in 2020 or 2019, somewhere like that. So here is another one, Pepsi Pineapple. And this came out in 2019. Yeah, 2019. So Pepsi Pineapple, the Japan Cola formula probably tasted a whole lot nicer than the one that was released here in the US. Probably much more bolder. This one is Pepsi Cinnamon. Yeah, special cinnamon. Okay, yeah, so this came out in late 2020. And why it's special is because they put out this line of dietary colas as well. So that's why it's a special thing. 0 calories. Next up is I reviewed this on the channel. I absolutely loved it. It's so weird, wild, and crazy. And actually tasted good with all of the different flavors in here. It's Pepsi Black Cherry Chocolate Gummy Flavor. So just imagine all of those flavors mixed together. You got like a candy, chocolate, bold black cherry sweet taste with it. Yeah, it was definitely good. Here are some I had never featured yet on the channel yet. Now, there's a lot I haven't showed, but here's a one called Pepsi Sparkling Christmas, which is like a sparkling kind of grape flavor of soda that was released. Great, the date was rubbed off on this. I want to say this was probably 2019, 2020 style. And I bought this from an import store actually online, and they were going fairly cheap. They were like clearance out for $3, but I just bought one. I don't know why I didn't buy more, but now I can't find them anywhere. Anyways, there's Pepsi Sparkling Christmas. Here's another one I got from the same import store. This is Pepsi J Cola Midnight, and this was for like the New Year's kind of deal, and it's grape flavored. Just Pepsi, basically. Japan and Joy Cola. Pepsi Midnight. Okay. Here's another Pepsi Special. This is just your average general Pepsi Special 0 cola flavor. Comes in a nice gold thing. I don't think this is a limited edition release or anything, but it's still cool. Something different that it's just another variation that I gotta have in the collection. So this came out, the date on here is July 21st, 2021. Let's get into the Pepsi Whites. Rather crazy type of deal. We'll start with this one from 2009. So Pepsi White, this one took a very long time. This is probably tying with one of the rare ones. Pepsi White, it's Pepsi and yogurt flavor. Yogurt is a very popular flavor outside the US when it comes to drinks and such. Especially very sour, bitter yogurt drinks. It's something you have when you have dinner. You eat some food, you slug that down. Not to really cleanse anything, but it's just a nice accompaniment. But anyways, there's Pepsi Whites that came out in 2009. And then there was a different version of Pepsi White. It was Pepsi White Cola. And this basically was just Pepsi that was white, foggy, as you see, but with a citrus kind of taste to it. So that's the only variation. And as you see, if you could zoom in or whatever, or see, there are like Christmas and winter themed designs on the bottle there. So that's how you know it coincides. This one was released for the 2015 winter season. So these two are the same. This is Pepsi Strong Zero. And I want to say 2016, yeah, that sounds about right. So 2016, this came out for the Batman versus Superman. So you gotta have both. You gotta have this was a Superman and Batman kind of deal. I mean, they're on both, just the logos over each one differently there. So that is Pepsi Strong Zero. And as you will see, like a lot of Japanese flavors, they're very health conscious. But they go the wrong way with zero sugar stuff and artificial sweeteners. It's not the best way to go about it. All right, next up we've got Japan Cola Pepsi Orange. So Pepsi Orange, and this came out in 2020. So I've recently seen that China has released Pepsi Orange Zero Sugar, which I'm not a fan of zero sugar, but I mean, I just may buy a can of it just to try it and see what it tastes like a orange Pepsi. Sounds pretty cool. Here's a good one. This is Pepsi Salty Watermelon. This is one of the more interesting flavors that I've ever seen. And I absolutely just love the packaging. It just looks absolutely beautiful. Perfect for summertime. And salty watermelon is just a flavor that the Japanese, I guess, really love. They put it in Pepsi form. This came out in 2012 and looks very fantastic and awesome. Any One Piece fans out there, I have no idea about the cartoon, but if it's good enough to be a part of a Pepsi thing, hey, I guess it has to. But here's a release where you get Pepsi Next Zero, which I didn't have this version. Pepsi Next included with this little figurine from One Piece here. I think Pepsi Next was more of a high caffeine flavored soda that was zero sugar. So it's kind of like a Pepsi Zero here. Oh, we are down to the final three here. We will start with Pepsi Mont Blanc. This came out during the winter time of 2010. It was a festive kind of thing. It was a hazelnut or maybe a chestnut. Maybe, yeah. No, it was a hazelnut warm kind of Pepsi flavor just for the holidays. Here is Pepsi Halloween. And Pepsi Halloween was like a strawberry shortcake kind of taste of Pepsi. Basically, that's all it was. Limited edition, 2017 release. And I swear there was one I grabbed, but did I put it back? So here we go. This is Pepsi Christmas Cola. I have a full bottle somewhere, but I do have this empty bottle too, just for collecting purposes. And this also too did have a strawberry shortcake taste to it, or a strawberry milk taste. What it looked like was like a foggy white, much like the Pepsi White Cola did. So there is that. And the final Pepsi I'm going to show you, I think this is from Iraq or Kuwait. I'm not sure. It has Arabic on it, and this is Pepsi Grape. Now, of course, there is like what I just shown you, the Pepsi Midnight and all the weird Japanese colas and all that stuff. But this is just your standard Pepsi Grape, and it's pretty cool. It was put out for a promotion, I think for soccer or something, and it's a little tiny itty bitty bottle. And it's pretty cool. I've never seen another bottle like this or anywhere on eBay or whatever. And yeah, I just had to have it. So, Pepsi Grape. Very weird, very wild, very cool. Little itty bitty guy. I do like, this is the one thing they do have written in English on here. It says, this material may be having a negative effect on activity and concentration in children. At least they're throwing that out there. Anyways, that is it, guys. I'm glad you hung around and stayed with me for the big old Japanese rare soda collection. There's a few more that are just... And you pop up right in front of me. What the hell? What the hell? I was searching in this shelf altogether and it popped up out of nowhere. It was like tricking me. It was like, I'm hiding. Then it just pops out. Here you go. Here's a sealed bottle of Pepsi Christmas Cola. Why'd you do that to me, bro? Come on now. Anyways, yeah, that is it. Thank you guys for watching.